All right, the college application process can be very tricky, and a lot of times kids want to do it on their own, but parents want to help out, and there may be room for parents. Kim Lofton and Susan Napo have the answer in their book, How to Write an Effective College Application Essay, The Inside Scoop for Parents. I have the pleasure of having them both here with me this morning to help walk us through what some parents can do to help their kids maximize that chance to really sort of speak about themselves and speak from the heart. So why did you guys decide to write this book? Susan?
Well, it was a natural. We've been doing this kind of work for decades, and over the years, we had really consistently told parents, step back. This is your child's time to shine. You don't need, they can do this on their own. They're applying to college, and then we realized that if they were asking, then they needed something to do. Right. And we should really tell them there are real things that they can do. So we put it all together in a book and said, here are some things you can do that are meaningful and helpful that won't overstep the boundaries.
All right, so Kim, why don't you give us a couple of the things that parents can do?
Parents can help their children to reflect. It's the single most important thing that any parent can do. And Susan and I both have daughters who are starting college this fall, and we've done this with Students Forever, and then we did it with our own children. And when you sit down and have a conversation, it's like the conversation we're having right now. Right. You talk about what's important, what's meaningful. You look at your kids, and instead of saying, honey, go take the trash out, you say, I noticed how great you were the other day when you were doing such and such with your friend. It shows this great characteristic in you. You're funny, you're compassionate, you're this. And you just get the kids to start talking and having a conversation, and they're happy, they love it, and it helps your relationship.
So that's one of the things that the parents can do. Let's go to the other end of the spectrum. What are some of the biggest mistakes that parents make, Susan?
Biggest mistake. The absolute biggest mistake is thinking that the topic of the essay is the most important thing. You should write about the time you went to China. You should write about your volunteer work with whomever, which all of those things are important, but those are experiences, those are accomplishments. We're talking characteristics. So the mistake that parents make and students make too is thinking that they have to find a story that's going to show something that no one else has ever done. Right. And these are teenagers, and they're very interesting. But a lot of them have done the same kinds of things, but we tell them you're unique. What's unique about you are the characteristics, and so you can find a story that illustrates those characteristics, which is a much better way to start than starting with the story.
And Kim, where can people find your book if they're like, hey, that sounds like something I need?
It's on Amazon.com. You can type in my name, Susan's name, While Writing Workshop, the title of the book, or it's on our website.
Thank you both very much. Appreciate your time, Susan and Kim. We'll be right back with news, weather, and traffic after this.